Hey, what's up guys? Nick Quintero here, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite t-shirt designs I've made since being in the apparel industry. All right, let's go. All right, so for those of you that don't know, I'm a graphic designer in the apparel industry, specifically working on t-shirt design and like licensed t-shirt designs. So I've kind of been on and off in the industry, working for these companies and also freelancing for small bands and brands and things like that. But my specialty has always been designing t-shirts. And that's what I do at my current job, where we make licensed t-shirts and sell them to major retailers, anything from Target to Walmart, Urban Outfitters, Hot Topic. I mean, you name it, we've probably sold them shirts. I usually tell people, if you've ever seen like a Batman or Superman shirt, it probably came from my job. So yeah, I've been doing this since the early 2000s. I've done a ton of t-shirts. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do, and I wanted to make this video talking about my top 10 favorites. All right, let's get started. All right, so number 10 is this shirt that I made for the Minnesota-based rap group Atmosphere. They're one of the biggest like underground hip hop groups, probably. They're from Minneapolis, super talented, and I actually have been a fan of Atmosphere since the late 90s when I was given a tape of them in high school. I made music for a little while, and I was actually able to tour with them, meet the band, meet the group, and their managers, and become close friends with a lot of them. And so when they were doing a tour coming through Texas, actually, it was an all-Texas tour. It was called Welcome to Texas. They reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to like draw something that they could post on their Instagram to help promote the tour when they were coming through. And I drew this armadillo skull, and originally it said Welcome to Texas over the top. And they actually liked it so much that they asked if they could just buy it and use it on their t-shirt, like official merch for the Texas tour. So I changed the front to say Atmosphere. I added the Welcome to Texas and a list of the cities that they were touring in on the back, and adjusted it slightly to fit on this black t-shirt. And I mean, it just worked out perfectly. And I love this shirt. I was able to get one when they came through the Dallas stop, and it's still one of my favorites. I wear it as often as possible. I just really, really love this shirt and this design. All right, number 9 is this Flash t-shirt. And I know it's just kind of basic. It's basically just the Flash logo, but I created this texture that was printed inside, and the whole thing is printed with an HD ink on this like heather maroon color. And the texture of the pattern fill just looks so cool, and it's so tactile. Like, it has an awesome feel over the whole thing. And you know, Walmart is not my favorite place to shop, but this shirt is actually super cool. And I think I did it in like 2016, and it is still for sale at Walmart, definitely on their website for sure. And it's also one of the shirts that I see out in the wild all the time. Like, making these shirts that sell everywhere, it's kind of hard to go anywhere without seeing somebody wearing something that I've done or was made by my team when I was managing it. And this one I see all the time. Like, a lot of times I'll just be driving down the street and I'll see somebody walking wearing it. I mean, it's crazy how much it's just been out in the world. It's wild. All right, number 8 is this pink Real Monsters shirt. This one was at Box Lunch, and I really like this one, even though I just kind of mostly used assets that were provided by the licensor. But I put the logo and the characters together, and since it was this cool pink shirt, I was able to drop crumbs like skin color down to the shirt, and to make this feel a little bit more like me, I added in these little like lightning bolt triangle sketch drawings. It was something I was doing a lot of at the time, so it felt super like me, like my style, like what I wanted it to look like. And I really loved this t-shirt color too, because this was the time when we were being challenged to come up with ways of doing new and different things. So it's hard, like if you make t-shirts at all, you know it's hard to find custom colors, things that aren't already made by companies. And so we took the initiative to make different colors and fabrics and bring them into our personal inventory and be able to use them like blanks. So when an order was placed for this pink t-shirt, we were able to just pull that pink color out of our inventory and get these printed for this client, which was a very difficult thing to do at the time. All right, number 7 is this Suicide Squad shirt. Now, I am not a fan of Suicide Squad. I did not like that movie at all. It was just absolutely not for me. But I was asked to make this t-shirt. I believe it was for Macy's. I think they were the retailer. But they wanted something cool and special. And one of the other blanks that we brought into that inventory program was this splatter tee. And so we pre-printed these splatter patterns on white and black shirts. So when they wanted something super unique, we could just bust out this splatter. And I thought, it would be cool to make something that kind of tied into that artwork in the background. So I hand drew this Suicide Squad text, and I thought that the like brush strokes and like marker line work really tied back to like that splatter kind of rough, crazy look that this movie had. Although I don't really love, the property, I really loved the way that this the graphic came out. The whole composition, all the brush strokes, the splatter, everything just looked super cool together. I did not get a sample of this one. I didn't want to be mistaken for a Suicide Squad fan. All right, number 6, a personal favorite. This is a shirt I made for one of my good friends, DJ Fisher Price. He's a funny ass dude, super like always into making something really like crazy and weird and wild. And he saw that I had made this bootleg shirt and he was like, yo, I need one of those for me. Like, start sending me photos and we'll make something like really crazy out of this. So of course he sends me the stupidest photos that he can find of himself, like doing a karate pose. And my absolute favorite element of this shirt is his actual mugshot from an actual arrest that he sent to me to put in this. Like, this needs to be in there. So of course put it together, and it's absolutely one of my favorites. Probably should have been higher on this list. All right, number 5. This is a personal favorite. The Black Lives Matter cause is something that I take very seriously. And last year, or in 2020, when there were a lot of protests and there was a lot of movement in the Black Lives Matter community, I really wanted to do something that was going to be helpful, something that would be meaningful. And so I made a few different pieces of art, including this design and a Black Lives Matter shirt and a few other like quotes and things, just using my custom fonts and hand-drawn text to create these like interesting and cool layouts. And this quote I actually found on Twitter, and I'll link the person who actually wrote the quote the first time. But I made this art and put it out there on my Instagram, and it actually blew up and went viral. It was picked up by at least 4 or 5 accounts that had at least 2 to 4 to 5 million followers each. And so, I mean, it was everywhere on the internet for a long time, like probably at least a month. And I mean, like celebrities were posting it, and people who, really agreed and felt what this message was. I didn't get any credit for being the person who made the text layout or anything, but I did end up eventually putting them on t-shirts so that I could sell them and use the profits to donate to Black Lives Matter causes. And I donated to a local cause here in Texas that helped bail out protesters who were arrested during the Black Lives Matter protest in Dallas. All right, number 4 is this Rocko shirt. Rocko's Modern Life was an awesome cartoon from the 90s. I really, really liked it a lot. And when I got the opportunity to work on it for some designs, we were working on some cool and interesting ideas. And I had seen this shirt on a trip to Europe where I saw the upside down pocket thing. And I was like, this is perfect because, this pose of him like falling and like hanging on, it just had so much like storytelling. And I just thought that it was perfect. I don't think I've ever had a shirt design with a much more like perfect composition, and just the idea just came together absolutely perfectly. All right, number 3 is this Darth Vader shirt that I made a long time ago. This was probably from like 2010 or something. And I don't know. I had the idea of putting him on a motorcycle. I don't know why, but I really loved the way that the Photoshop work came out, like with the, Empire logos on the motorcycle, like headlamps and stuff. And I even put like gradients and all this stuff but it was like super subtle to make it look kind of metal. And I just really liked the way the depth of field came out in the like photo. I didn't think it was going to be appreciated as much as like I did from working on it, but it ended up getting picked up by Target, and it was like on blogs for like Star Wars, and a ton of people that I know like bought it like all across the country, and it turned out to be a pretty big deal. Star Wars actually, like after this one, they were like, hey, let's cool it on these like funny, unrealistic Photoshops. So I kind of had to stop doing them after this one, but it's really crazy how much this t-shirt has stuck around. I actually found this photo from an eBay listing of somebody still selling this t-shirt this year. All right, number 2 is this long sleeve white NASA shirt. This is like the most simple, basic design that it could be, but I composed everything here very specifically. Like I wanted this to look kind of official, and I think with the American flag on the sleeve in the United States in this like bold Helvetica just looked super clean. The way that I composed the NASA logo over the words, it was inspired by like an old NASA handbook that somebody sent to me, and it was like instructions or I can't remember exactly what it was, but they had a composition very similar to this. So I wanted it to look super official. And then, of course, to my surprise, I see Jamie Foxx wearing it in this awesome movie, Project Power, on Netflix. And it was a surprise when I saw it. It was super, super rad. I mean, what more could you ask for than to have your shirt on an awesome actor from Texas in a cool-ass movie? All right, my number 1 favorite shirt is this Fallout tie-dye Vault Boy t-shirt. Now, this one is my favorite for a couple of reasons. One, I just think it looks really awesome. The tie-dye came out so good. We were working on, a lot of video games. They were super hot the year that I made this, and we were trying to find all the different ways that we could do them. Since it was a summer project, I thought the tie-dye would be great. And they had just released like an app that had these Vault Boy emojis, and they had this one of him wearing sunglasses, and I was like, summertime, tie-dye, go to the beach, it just makes sense. They didn't really send us all of the assets for it, so I had to redraw this one, and I put it on this tie-dye and sampled it, and it came out so cool, and we sent it to the licensor, and they hated it. It was like their absolute worst design, that like they hated it so much. It was rejected. We couldn't produce it. We couldn't sell it. But I got to keep the sample, and I love it so much. Like the tie-dye is so perfect. The shirt is super soft, and I wear it around the house all the time. The print is already like cracking and coming off, but I love it so much. But after it was rejected, There was a time where Bethesda actually threw a party here in Dallas, and I was invited, so I went to it wearing this t-shirt because I thought it would be funny and that they would have a sense of humor about it, but they did not like it one bit, and it was pretty crazy. Probably a bad decision to wear it, but I just love it so much. I felt like I had to. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with one bonus shirt design. This is not one of my favorites. This is actually one of the biggest disasters. I thought it would be hilarious in the year 2016 to design a Kanye for President 2020 shirt. Because at the time, Kanye was just kind of crazy, but still a great artist, and I really liked his stuff, but was not anticipating what 2020 was actually going to bring. And now, having designed and sold and worn this shirt is kind of embarrassing, and I actually accidentally wore it out in public in 2020. I was wearing like my trash t-shirts around the house all the time, like stuck at home. And I left to go get some food without even thinking about what I was wearing. And when I went to go get it, the person at the place was like, Kanye 2020. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. And they called me out on it so hard. And I was like, I swear this was just a joke. Like, this was a mistake. Like, how can you defend it? You're wearing the damn shirt. And yeah, it was definitely a disaster. And I really, really regret making that shirt. And apologies to anybody who actually bought one back then. And I'm sorry, you can never wear it again, because it's not a joke anymore, and it's not funny, and it was very irresponsible. What a disaster. All right, you guys, that's pretty much it for this one. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed watching this, if this was content that you guys want to see more of, or you want me to tell more stories and things like this. I'm totally down for it if y'all are. If this is your first time checking out my videos, I do apparel and graphic design related tutorials and just videos around what I do for a living. If this is your first time, or if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. It'll help me out tremendously, but it'll also help you but it'll also help you know whenever I'm making new videos, and especially if you click that little bell icon down there, because then you will be notified every single time I release something new. Also, please like this video if you enjoyed it, because that really helps other people be able to find it, and hopefully, we can spread this channel out and get more people involved. If you guys want to see more of my artwork, feel free to please follow me on Instagram @NickQ. And if you're interested in any of my custom fonts and templates and mock-ups, you can check out my personal website, nickqart.com. All right, with that being said, that's everything for this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.